DIBELS is an acronym and it stands for Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills. It's an assessment that measures the acquisition of literacy skills, and it contains several short, efficient assessments which are around 1 to 3 minutes long. Now, this monitors the development of early literacy skills such as phonics, phonological awareness, fluency, vocabulary and comprehension from kindergarten all the way to year 8. And it detects students who are at risk with their early literacy skills and then also identifies the areas that those students will need to continue to focus on. When completing a DIBELS assessment, you'll need to have all the resources which are available free on the DIBELS website. So the first thing that you will need is the administration timeline, and that just gives you an indication of what assessments you're going to complete, depending on what time of the year it is and what grade that you're looking at. You'll also need a copy of the benchmark goals document, which will give you a bit of an indication as to where the student is at in terms of their final score for each of the assessments. And at the bottom of the document is a key. So if they end up in the blue section, generally they're working above. In the green, they're working within the core. The yellow, there is some risk there and they might need some intervention. And the red is generally they are at risk or in that critical range and they will need some intervention. Assessments, go to Google and type in DIBELS. Click on the DIBELS website. Now up the top, it will say testing materials. If you click download the DIBELS materials, you will need to confirm. And you'll see here it has all of the resources available. So it has the administration and scoring guide, has a summary of any of the updates for the 8th edition, and then it has all the benchmark materials per grade. So you will need to choose the grade that you're assessing and then print all of the materials for that grade. Now, all of these assessments are completed one-to-one and are timed for 1 minute long, except for the maze assessment, which is completed as a whole class and is timed for 3 minutes. All right, so look at this word. It's a make-believe word. Watch me read the word app, hap. So I can say the sounds of the letters, app, or I can read the whole word, hap. Now it's your turn to read this make-believe word. Can you read that word the best you can? That's right. So the sounds are or you can just read the whole word as lum, okay? Now here are some more make-believe words. You're going to start here and you're going to go across the page, okay? And when I say begin, read the words the best you can. Point to each letter and tell me the sound, or read the whole word. So put your finger on the first word when you're ready. Just wait a minute, the timer. All right, off you go.
Nem, rep, rum, rep, some, ped, ten, sip, blend, hum, het, rem, tum, til, hig, teb, wat, ha, nub, fem, wom, tom, go, num, dod, gom, mim, fom, ag, sat, fod, moon, turt, nern, fod, fot, rat.
All right, stop there. All right, now you're going to read some real words. So please read from this list of words. You're going to start here and you're going to go across the page. So when I say begin, point to each word and read it the best you can. If you get stuck, I can tell you the word so that you can keep reading. And you can put your finger on the first word and we can start. So put your finger up here. Off you go.
Back, look, one, make, be, time, own, your, very, now, many, think, that, can, heart, send, families, up, put, said, against, my, we, send, families, taught, person, trade, check, lose, amount, children, amazing, plug, winning, team, game, captain, easy, eventing, table, pound, money, school, net, ran, ahead, actor, switch, glasses, friendly, yourself, see, total, mud, fight, body, cold, turn, inside.
All right, stop there. Well done. All right, so now you're going to please read this out loud. Now, if you get stuck, I can tell you the word so that you can keep reading. And when I say stop, I may ask you to tell me what you read. Okay, so do your best reading. Start here. Ready? Off you go.
Do you know what a payphone is? In the old days when people were not home and wanted to make a phone call, they had to use a payphone. There were no cell phones back then. A payphone was long, black and silver. It was about the size of a large shoebox. Most payphones were in front of stores or busy streets. Some payphones were inside a tall glass box with a door. You can step outside to use the phone. When you closed the door, you did not hear much noise. The person you called could hear you better because of the quiet. To make a call, you put on coins into a slot.
All right, stop there. Well done. And what were you reading about?
About a payphone.
Anything else you can tell me?
And it was long, black and silver. And you could, some payphones were inside a tall glass box.
All right, thank you. Good job. For the maze assessment, the students are going to receive a closed passage that has a word missing from nearly every sentence. What they will need to do is circle the word which they believe makes sense in that sentence of the text. Students are given 3 minutes in which they complete as much of the closed passage as they can in the given time. There is a practice passage to begin with, and like all of the DIBELS assessments, there are instructions for you to read to the students. When scoring the nonsense word fluency assessment, you will need to add up the total amount of correct letter sounds within each row, as well as the total amount of words read correctly. Once this has been completed per row, you will need to add up the overall total correct letter sounds and words read correctly. For the word reading assessment, you will need to add up all of the words read correctly. For the oral reading fluency assessment, you will need to add up the total words read using the key on the side, the total amount of errors, and then the total words correct, which is the total amount of words minus any errors. For the maze assessment, you'll need to add up the total amount of correct words and the total amount of incorrect words. Once you have added up all the totals, you can place these scores on the front of the scoring booklet and then transfer them over to the school data spreadsheet to find the overall benchmark levels.